Hi, Debbie Malul. Thanks for being here to chat with us today. I have a couple questions for you. How
Mhm.
long have you been with Hospice Care of the Low Country?
I have been with Hospice Care of the Low Country for approximately 25 years.
Wow, that's a long
hmm
time.
It
And
is.
why are you a nurse with Hospice Care of the Low Country? What do you love about it?
I love the fact that we are a nonprofit agency, and by that it means that uh, we are able to see our patients as often as we need to. If the nurse feels that their patient needs to be seen on a daily basis, we do that. We are not under any constraint by uh, a higher up as to how often we can see our patients. And that's one of the things. And we have a lot of disciplines, and we truly offer physical, emotional, spiritual support to all of our patients. And again, regarding of their financial circumstances.
We're here with Melanie Carver, a nurse with Hospice Care of the Low Country. Melanie, how long have you been with Hospice Care of the Low Country?
I have been here full time as a full time case manager for almost a year. I started last year, May the 11th, full time. But previously, I had worked PRN for probably 3 years.
That's great. And what made you decide to go into hospice nursing?
Hospice nursing. Well, when I was 16, a um, junior in high school, I took a health careers class at our vocational school. And through that year, I got my certified nursing assistant. And I knew then that I wanted to go on into nursing. And the opportunity just never arose until many years after that. So when I went back to school and got my nursing license, when I was doing my courses and my clinicals, I was very excited to do labor and delivery because that's what I thought I wanted to do. Because they would always talk to us about, think about what kind of specialty you want to go into. Just keep that in the back of your mind. So I was just so excited to do that part of it. And we got our assignments the first day, and I actually got to see a cesarean birth. So I was so excited. And then the next day we went in and I got to see a live birth. So I was just so excited and just knew that this is what I wanted to do. Well, as it went on, then I got to work with the babies, and I saw that the babies were, a lot of them were being born with addictions. And that just broke my heart. I thought, no, this isn't for me. So the next semester, we actually had, um, we did I worked in ICU in my clinicals, and the day that I worked in ICU with the nurse, we had a patient that had a neurological disorder, was having seizures and all kinds of things, and then our other patient, one of the other patients had diabetes, and they were having a lot of problems trying to get their glucose levels regulated, and then our third patient was almost, she was in the dying phase, and she was waiting for family to come in. So her family was coming from out of town, and when they finally got there, 2 or 3 hours into the shift, they stayed for about 15 or 20 minutes, and then they came out to the desk, and they, me and the nurse was both there at the desk, and they said, we're really tired. We've traveled, and we just want to go to the hotel and freshen up. And could you all just let us know about 30 minutes before mom passes, and we'll come back? And I just thought, wow, she's going to be alone because we might not know. And I just, that really, I don't know, broke my heart for the patient. And so I was going in quite a bit checking because I was a student nurse and I was just trying to learn and see everything and help. And so the nurse said, I'm going to go ahead and call the family. I don't think it's going to be long because her breathing changed. And I was in there with her and I was holding her hand, and she just let go and died. And I just thought, oh, I got to be with her when her family couldn't. And that just, I don't know, it just spoke to my heart. And I just felt like God was saying, this is where I need you. This is what I want you to do. So when at the end of the semester, we would always have to sit down with our instructors and talk to them. And they would ask us, if we've decided what field we want to go into or what specialty. And I told my instructor, I said, I know exactly what I want to do. I want to be a hospice nurse. And she's like, really? You know, why do you want to? And so I told her the story, and she's like, I think that's good that you have realized that. She said some people it takes so long before they figure out what they want to do. She said, just go do your time on med-surg, get your skills built up, and she said, then apply. So an opening came up, and I'm from Kentucky, and an opening came up there, and I applied and got on, and I knew, you know, when I got into it, it's what I always wanted to do. And I just appreciate the opportunity to be able to work here at Hospice of the Low Country and be a part of their team.
We're with Tracy Rains, who's the clinical director at Hospice Care of the Low Country. Hi, Tracy.
Hi.
How long have you been with Hospice Care of the Low Country?
I've been here 3 years.
Wow.
This month.
Okay. And as a nurse, what made you go into hospice? Why do you love hospice?
Oh, I love hospice because of the one-on-one with patients, to be able to help somebody through the most difficult times in their lives. And I think the most rewarding thing is, even though it's one of the most difficult time in somebody's life, and there's so much education and everything, is when a family member comes up to you and hugs you and thanks you for helping them through this. I mean, to me, that just kind of touches my heart and everything like that. And I really do feel like this is my calling for hospice. You know, I worked many different areas, and it seems like every time I went into a new area, especially working in the hospital, it somehow led me back to hospice. So it's kind of like one of these things, okay, I got the message, this is what I need to do, this is where I need to be. And it is one of the most rewarding things I've ever done in my life. And, you know, like I said before, it's just, you know, when a family member thanks you, when you see that patient or loved one, is it comfortable? You know, it's just very rewarding.
Hi, we're sitting with Sandy Plauze. Sandy, thanks for doing this with us. How long have you been a nurse with Hospice Care of the Low Country?
I've been here for 18 years this August.
Wow, that's a long time. So what made you go into hospice nursing out of all the nursing you could do? Why hospice?
Well, back in 1980, I was living in Hendersonville, North Carolina, and a friend of mine was starting up a hospice there, and she asked me to come in and work for her. And I thought at the time it wasn't something that I really wanted to do, but I did. I went in and I took on my first patient, who I still remember dearly. And from there, I just thought this just makes sense to me, to be with families at their end of life journey. And I've felt like I've learned from patients and families along the way, maybe to be a better person, maybe to be thankful for every day that we are alive, and hopefully to give comfort for our families and patients.
Hi, we're with Maureen Bullard, a nurse with Hospice Care of the Low Country. Hi, Maureen.
Hello.
How long have you been a nurse with Hospice Care of the Low Country?
I've been a nurse with Hospice of the Low Country for 2.5 years. I've been a hospice nurse for about 15 years.
Wow, that's great. And why hospice nursing?
Well, you know, I believe why, because I have such a passion for the hospice philosophy, and I like working with people that have the same passion. You know, these are professional people that really truly believe in quality of care when one's health is declining, and eventually they may die. So I'm a strong patient advocate, and I like to keep people comfortable so that they and their family can enjoy each other for how many days they have left.
I'm sitting here with Susan Mail, who's a nurse with Hospice Care of the Low Country. Hi, Susan.
Hi,
How long have you been a nurse here?
I've been a nurse here for 2.5 years.
Wow. And how long have you been in hospice nursing in general?
I was in hospice nursing in 1990 for 10 years, and then I stopped for a while and did a different type of nursing, and then I came back.
So what is it about hospice nursing that you love?
It's unique. I feel like it's really a calling. I like that you can bond with families and patients. I like the educational part of caring for a patient and to teach them things that they've never experienced before. I just like the cohesiveness of the team and the family.
I'm here with Heather Thornburg. Heather is the compliance officer Is that right, Heather? What's your title?
I'm the Quality and Compliance Officer with Hospice Care of the Low Country.
And how long have you been a nurse with Hospice Care of the Low Country?
6 years, just about.
And how long have you been a hospice nurse in general?
I actually started with hospice in 1998 as a certified nursing assistant, fresh out of my nurse aide training. And so about 23 years I have either worked for a hospice or been working in some way, shape, or form with hospice.
Wow, so it sounds like it's your calling. And why do you love hospice?
It's more than one thing. And I have to explain it with probably bits and pieces, but it's the tea ladies that would go room to room and visit the patients and bring them tea and cookies when I worked on the inpatient unit. It was going into patients' rooms and having them literally hug you and refer to you as being part of their family, and getting to be part of those last moments during the last great milestone that every person has to go through, being privileged to be at the bedside with the family and hold hands and cry with them, and just, it was everything that nursing to me was supposed to be. It wasn't cold, it wasn't sterile, and it was about love and compassion and taking care of each other.
That's
And
wonderful.
it got me hooked.